warning, golf story.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Oh.
So, in the world of golf, you can carry your bag, or you can put it on a buggy and pull it.
Yeah.
Or in my case, you have a
caddy.
Or you can have a caddy.
But that's sort of an American thing. That's like professional, isn't it?
That's
a big time.
That's big. Yeah, that's expensive. That costs money. If you
Do any of your friends have a caddy? No.
So, no, talk about it. It's a bit embarrassing. Sometimes you go to a golf course in other countries and you have to have a caddy.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah.
And it costs money, but that's okay. And you're always happy to pay for a caddy because you're supporting the local community.
Does a caddy? I've only seen this in movies. Do they get you drinks or anything, or just do?
Well, we were talking about this the other day. Mick Malloy told me that the drinks cart was invented by the Rat Pack.
Oh, Sammy Davis Jr.
Sammy Davis Jr. and Dean Martin, all of them. They were out on the course. They're going, we need drinks while we're out there. So now,
that could have been somehow related.
Yeah, that's what I said. So now, if you go to a golf course, they will drive around a cart and bring you drinks.
And so what's the deal with on? It must be Instagram. There's girls in skirts that they're called golf girls or something in America. Are they caddies or what are they? Are they just attractive
things
girls?
Go on the golf course that we don't need to talk about.
They're just attractive girls.
That is not. Mind you, I did play an event once where.
Are they like grid girls, like on the Grand Prix? Have grid girls.
This is going back a long time. Where on every hole they had some.
Oh yeah, people in bikinis giving out drinks.
Yes, and that was on the Saturday, and the Sunday they weren't there, and everyone went, what's going on? And the wives of the professionals complained and said that's not appropriate, and they were gone.
Fair enough.
It was a little off-putting to have people come forward. But there are still events where you turn up and there are people.
Motor events.
Yeah, mate, yeah. Well, but, charity days for golf, things do happen on golf courses where it's sponsored by an alcohol company, and then they'll...
It's girls giving out shots. They're called,
and by the end of the day, they're well and truly been drinking the product. So you're kind of going.
That's called glamour models. They used to be called glamour models.
Glamour models.
Well, they're not to the level of catwalk modelling, but they can go to a motor event and hand out stuff. Sasha French, is the Nova producer that I work with. She used to do it in New Zealand.
She was a glamour model.
Well, she go to bars and hand out shots of tequila or something. You used to go to nightclubs and there were these attractive girls, giving out stuff. Yeah, what a job, hey? What a job. We couldn't do that. So, they have men too sometimes, good-looking men. Anyway, go on. Enough about this.
No, but it's
the caddy. So the caddy,
and you can also hire a buggy, which is a cart, which always makes me laugh because when you drive up to a golf course, there's all these professional people getting into their little cars with the little sticks on the back with their little balls driving around. It's
like when you go to the airport and you have to take your belt off and you have to put your belt back on next to a CEO of some international company. Everyone's just putting their belts back
when you're standing next to the toasting machine, there's the QC or something. You go, we're just people making toast. That's all we are. We're all the same. Anyway, so I have something that is sort of a mix between all of that. I have a motorised buggy, which is remote control.
Oh, you have your bag is motorised.
Yeah, the
bag.
The bag
they
goes
call that
onto
a buggy.
Yeah, they call the thing that carries it a buggy, and the bag goes onto it. And I have a remote control like you use for your TV to tell it where to go. So it comes up round, go over Parker. So I can tell it where to go. I can drive it to the next tee while I'm standing on the green. I can do all that sort of stuff. So anyway, when you're on the first tee, or anytime you're using your buggy, you want to look like you know what you're doing. And I was playing with Ben Lomas the other day.
Benny Lomas, who's been on our podcast, somewhat unrelated. Yeah, he's the king of warm-up.
Yeah, and a great stand-up comedian.
There he is, right there. That's my invitation to Ben.
That's very good.
Yeah.
He was on this. He was on Somehow Unrelated.
He was very good.
It was very good.
No, he's a great comic. Go on.
So I was playing with him, and anyway, I was on the first tee, and the others hadn't arrived, and the group in front, who I didn't know, we're standing there. They're going, oh, hi, big golf course, big day, big game. And then someone tried to get past. So I got my buggy and I sort of drove it up a little bit of a hill and it fell over. So it's really embarrassing. All my balls came out. Balls are going down the path. There's golf tees.
It's like your shopping jeep down the street with the oranges.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like mother and son when the oranges went in the coffin. Remember that?
And yep, that's right. It was exactly that. And then they came over. They were helping me, and I felt stupid and old. And
senior moment.
I felt like I had to sort of explain. Not my first time, and so I got it all back together, and then put it back on. And then the others turned up, and we played the first couple of holes, and then I went to go up a hill, fell over again.
Shit house.
Fell over again.
Take it back.
So, and whose fault is it? Mine.
Yeah,
I don't know what I'm doing. It's like, it's like being in your car and backing into a wall. You go, how did I do that again? So then I lift it back up, and Ben's watching this by the way, and he thinks it's pretty funny. So then I hit my ball on a bunker, go to play my bunker shot, and then go to drive off, and then I drive my buggy into the bunker.
Oh, that's the sand, isn't it?
Yeah, it's in the sand. And everything happens.
It's like Caddyshack.
Because I've got my phone on a little stand, which is a bit of a wank, but you have your phone. Why? Because you keep your score on your phone.
Oh.
It's all very...
But it's on a stand.
It's on a, like in your car.
Oh, okay, I get it.
You can put it on one of those things.
Oh, and that's on your buggy?
It's on the buggy.
So it could have damaged your phone.
Well, what happened, when I actually got out of the buggy, drove up a bit further on, and I couldn't believe it. I was a bit angry, and then I tipped it over again. So I've tipped it over. Tipped it over. How many times was that? It was at least 3 or 4 times it fell over.
Are you a bad driver with this thing? Or?
Well, no. What happened when it fell over the first time? This is tedious. When it fell over the first time, there's a wheel underneath that you meant to flick out, and then when it goes up a hill, it doesn't flip completely over. Do you understand?
I got an idea.
Yeah.
Why don't you just pull it like a normal person?
Because it hurts my back. So it saves your back. Yeah. So if
it's quite heavy, is it?
Well, because it's like pulling like you say, a shopping trolley from behind, and you're pulling it for eight, like
Does
4 hours.
Benny Lomas have one of these? No, he'd just be pulling it. Wouldn't he?
He had his own special buggy, which he liked, but wasn't remote like mine.
Had wheels, like a pram kind of. He pulled that.
Yeah. So let's just say it was the 4th time, because I think it was the 4th time we went over, and my phone fell out. My phone tried to ring the police.
That's the buggy saying, this guy's he's not proper to care for us.
I looked at my phone and it goes, emergency.
Oh, that's so funny.
You've had a fall. And it must have registered the other 3 falls.
Yeah.
And it's gone, okay, but you're drunk.
Yeah, stroke, heart attack.
And imagine the police getting that. Okay, good, someone needs to be rescued at the golf course.
Seems to be an incident here with a buggy.
Yeah, he's fallen over. Where's he fallen over? He's fallen over on a golf course, and we better get the chopper down there to make sure he's okay.
Oh,
what happened, mate? My buggy fell over. Oh, we thought he had a car accident or something. But anyway, so
right, you have redirected police resources to this. Disgraceful, inappropriate behaviour.
But anyway, I'm glad that everything's okay. But onward and upward for you. Yeah. So it was not only did I embarrass myself in front of everyone, in front of Ben Lomas, in front of the other golfers, my phone said, "You're in trouble. You're an
idiot.
You're an idiot.
You're an idiot."
And I was worried because it was. I don't know whether it's ever happened to you, but apparently it happens if you fall off a bike or if you have a car accident. And your car, that's what it's for.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know my phone could do that.
Your phone can do, well, I've got the latest one.
You got the latest one.
17, whatever.
And you got all that technology. Mine would just, no.
Yeah, so it does it automatically. So just rest assured, if you are out somewhere with your iPhone, maybe a shopping trolley or a golf or let's just say, where else? You're at the playground with the kids.
Yeah.
You're on the top of the monkey bar.
You fall off.
Your phone, while you're laying there groaning, it will ring the police for you.
Yeah. You're having an affair with someone, you fall off the bed, it rings the police, then you're in trouble. All right, play the music. Come on.
Welcome to Somehow Related. Now please welcome your hosts Glenn Robbins and Dave O'Neill.
Anyway, welcome to our podcast, Somehow Related. I don't know if we're doing a live podcast, not this podcast, the debrief. You're part of it on the 19th of April.
I don't know how it's going to work.
I don't know either. The Basement Comedy Club.
That's a worry.
Midday.
You don't know. I'm not a stand-up comedian.
You, Brad Oakes. No, it's going to be great. It's an experiment. Experimental.
Will it be like going on is it somehow simulating the show?
Yes. So we'll pretend we're in the car, then we'll do a gig, then we'll get back in the car. Oh, it's going to be great.
Oh, that's right. That's so. People theoretically, if you're in the audience, you're in a bus. You're in the back seat of the car,
or you're on the nature strip.
Oh man, I love the show. I don't know how you do that show because I want to see you
driving. You mean talking about driving?
Because I know that you're actually driving, and I'm listening to it, going, you're sounding really clear and really on topic, and you're finding your way on a map to some hotel, and you're very clever.
That won't be the issue on the live one. Anyway, come along. Plenty of tickets available. A rare opportunity to see Glenn Robbins live with myself.
Yeah, I don't get out that much. Yeah, I don't.
Unless on the golf course, golf functions. Even then, he says no to the golf functions. Still remember the first golf function I ever got asked to do came via one of your friends, and I said to you, "Are you going to do it?" And you went, "No way, I'm not doing it." They're all a bunch of wankers. I think you said.
Seriously, if you want a
golf audiences.
A group of people who are probably
I think they're pretty good.
A group of golfers.
Pretty good.
Yeah, kings of their domain.
God. Okay, well, let's get our topics, and we've got to work out how they're related. What do you reckon? Let's do it. Let's just do it, man.
What's been coming down the chute lately? We had the Festival of 3.
Oh, yeah. And then we went back to 2.
Is she going to try something? Is she not going to try anything? I don't know.
All right. Let's see what she says.
It's up to me, guys, and it's a 3-way. The topics are tiddlywinks, hula hoops, and number 3 model aeroplanes. Still not as exciting as Glenn's golf story.
Oh, gee, Sam, she's a bit rough.
I'm only bringing stories from my life that I thought was interesting.
That's all he can talk about.
That's all I do is I mean, if I've been to the doctors and had a treatment and I thought you might like to know about that, I'd talk about that.
There's nothing wrong with being wealthy. It's not your fault you did well. You know what I mean? Like, it's not your fault.
It's not my fault.
Not our fault we're successful.
I mean,
anyway.
We pay, we have to get 2 lots of lawns mowed. Do you have lawn at your beach house? See? No. Oh, yeah. I have to get the guy down the road.
You have to employ 2 gardeners.
Yeah, and we have to, what else do we have to
Land tax.
Yeah, God, it's
awful.
Yeah.
Pay the servants. Oh, it's awful. I mean, Tiddlywinks is I've played Tiddlywinks, and it's a very
tedious,
rudimentary, frivolous game.
It's the sort of thing that it would be, because there are games that you make up when you're drinking, like with flicking.
Yeah, coasters. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Well, I reckon a piss guy made it up.
And you see those things, I think, that really annoy me, where someone's trying to throw something into a glass or something, and you're going, you've done it 58 times, and you show the time that you do it.
It's almost like I've certainly used it in the past as slagging someone. If I go, it's like playing Tiddlywinks. Or something.
It's a put down.
Because what it is you get
a little cup,
and little plastic discs, and then you got to use the bigger plastic disc to flip the little plastic discs into the cup.
Yeah, and what you do is you put the little disc on top and you sort of drag it, press down and drag it back, and then the force that eventually causes it to flick up into the air and then maybe land in the cup.
Can you imagine saying to your kids, put your screens down, we're going to play Tiddlywinks? You try that on your grandkids. Try that.
And I did.
You know what? It's not bad fun, though, when you do it.
No, bullshit. Oh, it's real. No, it's real.
No, when you're really, it's like Hungry Hippo. Remember that? We're just banging things remember Hungry Hippo? We're just balls in a thing.
Yeah. What about what are the games that are like that? Pick up sticks.
Oh, I don't mind pick up sticks.
Really? Would you, after you play one round of pick up sticks, would you want to go? Would you want to go again?
No.
Once is enough. You get the black and you do.
What's the one we talked about the other day? Jenga.
Yeah, I mean, I
don't mind Jenga.
Yeah, it's all right. But what about what's the one where you've got to pull a stick out and a ball falls down?
Oh, yeah, I like that.
Do you?
Yeah, what was that called?
I suppose they're really good if you're at a beach house and it's raining.
Yeah,
and then you are slightly competitive.
I mean, snakes and ladders were shit house.
Shit house. They're all there.
But I suppose when you see they're like turn of the century, like.
Yeah.
Before the wars.
Yeah, now you can flick on your phone and go into a 3D action war movie and start killing monsters and dragons and people.
But you know what? The kids, my teenagers and that, still like playing games. And they like that one. They do that one on their phones and computers where you got to draw stuff and make stuff up. And have you seen those games?
No.
I think it's called not Jackpot, something like that. And... they sometimes my daughter invites her friends over who are all like at uni now, and they just play that.
A board game?
No, it's like an interactive. It's like a board game. It's like Pictionary or something.
On their phones.
But you do it on the TV. The TV's the main thing,
yeah.
And then you use your phone to put your stuff down. So come up with a T-shirt design for this photo, and then you're all like came up with a funny slogan and stuff. It's quite funny. And then do a drawing on your phone, and then it comes up on the TV for a T-shirt.
So you're all participating.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well,
Yeah.
I guess that's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's how games have kind of moved into that kind of world, the digital world, Glenn, the digital world. But Tiddlywinks.
Oh, look, but didn't it was like big in the UK where they'd have universities challenging other universities.
Really?
And they'd have celebrities doing it and all
But what
the
year was this?
Python guys doing it back in the
70s, 60s.
No, not the Python guys. The guys from the Goons.
Oh, so 60s.
Yeah. It was all very big and lardy.
Tiddlywinks.
Tiddlywinks.
What?
Like the tournament.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, and it's like, really?
Never heard that.
Yeah, well, if you're stuck inside on a cold UK day, I suppose it would be
Something to
kind
do.
of entertaining. But beyond that, I don't know. If we went into a toy shop now and you said, "Can I buy some Tiddlywinks, please?" I don't think you could.
I don't think you could buy them.
No.
You must. You can buy them at a vintage shop.
I reckon
maybe.
if you went on to Amazon, that company that you love, that you buy a lot of things from because you like to support.
Yeah, I like to support that guy.
Exploited labour.
Bezos.
Yeah, I reckon you would find some on there, and it would be it'd be like a little
retro one.
a little cordial.
It's a felt mat. It's a felt mat.
Ah, yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
You need because you wouldn't be able to do it on
paper.
Yeah, because you need to get the angle, and then you do it for. I reckon. Would you do it for like an hour?
Half
But
an hour.
you know what? You know what would be good is if there was something at stake. Because we used to play 8-ball. We had a pool table at our beach house. It wasn't a pool table. It was a pool thing you put on top of the table.
Oh, yeah,
You can almost lean it against the wall. And so it was all over the place as far as it was never flat. All the balls would go sideways and everything. But we used to play dare poker or dare snooker.
Oh, yeah.
So basically, someone would. I remember we played one time, and it was friend. The dare was if you lose, pull your pants down and run around the shed out the backyard. Right.
Yeah.
So this is like late at night, and we'd all had a few. Anyway, so I forget who it was. One of our friends. I go, you lost. Okay, run around the shed with no pants on, and then he runs, and we just sit, oh. And he comes back and he goes, "What's that?" And in the dark, we had an outboard motor sitting on the back of a chair. And he ran with no pants on.
No.
He ran his groin into an outboard motor sitting on the chair.
Castrated.
Yeah. I don't think he hit the blade of the outboard motor, but it was like, oh, okay, we have to be a little bit more careful with our dares. But so you could play dead Tiddlywinks.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah,
you could.
so okay. I mean, that's like truth or dare, or whether it's a physical challenge.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, let's talk about hula hoops then.
Sorry, have I really bored you?
Yeah,
Okay.
okay, what are hula hoops? Hula hoops.
Hula hoops.
When was the last time you did a hula hoop?
Well, they've never.
I can pinpoint when I last did one.
They've never really gone away, have they? They've never really. I mean, they were huge. Right? They were huge. I remember they were
50s,
huge.
60s, 70s.
They were big at. I first remember them being big in the late 60s, maybe, and then they were banned at our school.
Banned
because it was a big day where someone because there was a bit of tube. Well, a hula hoop, as we all know, is a plastic tube. That
originally wood, I'd say,
and it used to be connected.
Yes. There's our guest Lawrence Mooney for Somehow Unrelated. I can see him standing right there. So we'll just pause and because he's coming up on Somehow Unrelated, Glenn.
It doesn't get better than that.
It's very nice to be invited in to Somehow Unrelated.
Okay, so yeah, we just recorded with Lawrence Mooney just to be upfront about what happened. He was at the window, and then we recorded Somehow Unrelated with him.
Yeah, which was fantastic. And if you are a member of that,
it's not elite because anyone can join, Glenn. Well, anyway, so have a listen to Somehow Unrelated with Lawrence Mooney. It's always good. Glenn had some new games that were excellent.
They were the new versions of games, and I've nearly worked them out, but I reckon we've got a TV show over there if we just something in there. The wings, ready to go.
Something there.
Yeah.
So hula hoops.
Yes, as I think I was about to say, at our school, a hula hoop.
Why did it get banned?
Because it had a staple in it, and one of the girls.
That's right.
She did the around the neck thing and slit her. Well, she didn't slit her throat, but that was probably the story going around. But she cut her neck, and then there was an announcement over the PA. Hula hoops now have been banned for the entire school. Wow. Anyone seen with a hula hoop will be sent home for the day.
It's amazing.
where did they start?
Must be 30s, 20s.
Some sort of novelty. I mean,
I remember the last time I used one, school camp for my kids, my son maybe. Yeah, I used to volunteer on the school camp. They do a background check. Don't go too far back, as I always say.
Remember when you rang me that day and I said I was at the circus?
Yes.
Yeah, and you thought that was funny.
Oh, hilarious.
Yeah, and because I was with the grandchild at the circus, and on that very day, there was a hula hoop lady.
Yeah, when
they go one, then they put another one on, then they have everything going. They have the neck going, the arms going, and around the waist they have about 15.
Yeah, it's impressive.
It's very impressive.
Yeah,
and you I go, one's got to go. One has to come off, and then they give a little flick of the hip, and that one just goes back up to the top again, and they just keep on going.
Can you do it? I can't really do it.
I think, like, whenever you're at a barbecue and they've got them there, you go over and you give it a go, and you can do it for about 5 seconds, and then you can't keep the rhythm going. No. But if you get the rhythm right and across the top of your hip, you can. I'm doing it now.
On this school camp, they had hula hoops, and all the kids are doing it. And generally, you drop it after. I couldn't do it, but there was one kid who could do it, like
around the way. Because around the way, well,
I said to his dad, when he came to pick him up, your son, the hula hoop, get him to show you.
There's a skill. There's a career there.
It's like it's a coordination or something, but he could keep it going for half an hour with this kid.
Yeah. Well, what you do is you have a crack at the waist, and if that doesn't work, then you give the neck a go. If that doesn't work, then just do the arm.
Yeah, that's it.
You do the arm.
That's the progression.
I can do the arm.
I think the most common one's the waist, isn't it? That's what you first. The neck.
Well, the waist is the golden movement.
The epicenter of hula hooping.
Yeah. First sketch, or one of the first sketches that I ever wrote for the comedy company.
Hula Hoop Olympics? No.
Do you remember a show called Hooperman? It was a cop.
Oh, Hooperman, yeah.
What was the sketch I wrote?
Hula Hooperman.
Yes.
Fantastic. So everyone's doing hula hoops?
He's walking down the street and he gets a call and he goes, I've got trouble across town. I've got to get a guy robbing a bank. So anyway, I think he put the hula hoop on his waist and started running. And then he got to where the guy was robbing the bank or something to that effect. And then threw the hula hoops over them. And they were like, foiled again. We got caught inside.
Fantastic.
Hula Hooperman. Yeah, so that takes
pretty good.
So
different colours. They come in different colours, bright colours.
Yeah.
I think it's all I can say about hula hoops.
Really, I'm sure there was probably world championships at some stage. Do they still use them in the Olympics? They do.
What for?
The gymnastics floor exercise.
Oh, do they?
I'm sure they have some sort of thing where they'll throw a hula hoop up in the air and then it'll land back on them, and I'm not mixing this up with the circus, I don't think.
Hey, someone put on our Facebook group that their dad was a hammer thrower in the Olympics.
Yes.
Because we talked about do they get a hammer, and he used to take his hammer on the plane in a special bag.
Yes. Just to bring up to date, we were talking about it. Yeah, and
we were talking about javelin, we started talking about hammer throwing and whether they bring their own hammer.
Yeah, and it's a big thing to put on you. You wouldn't get past the weight restriction.
But when he would compete in the Olympics, they would use standard hammers that the Olympics would issue.
So they would supply standard hammers. So there you go, if you are a regular listener.
And this guy, whose dad was a hammer thrower, he just sort of mentioned in the comment, I've competed before in the Olympics. Didn't say what sport he was, and I looked up, he was a speed skater. So we've got Olympian speed skater.
Who's a listener?
Yeah, he's a listener.
Oh, that's impressive.
Interesting, his dad was a hammer thrower and he became a speed skater.
Therefore, the Olympics is in your blood.
Yeah.
Yeah. I reckon that would be the only tattoo I reckon I would get.
What?
The Olympic rings. If I was an Olympian.
Oh, okay.
What?
Would you do it on your bum so you don't have to do... One of the rings is already there. Yay! Woo!
Okay, you got that ring there, that ring. Oh, what's that one? That one a bit further down. Oh dear, that's awful. Did you really have to be that gross, boys? From what I can gather, it goes way back in time. Like to tribal, the bamboo hoops.
Oh, wooden.
Yeah, wooden hoops, the Greeks. So it was a standard issue novelty thing.
So was it?
Don't quote me on this, but it goes back beyond the 1960s when, Mattel decided to bring out a product. It goes way back in history. I'm not sure, but way back to the 500
dawning of time,
AD, whatever you like.
Wow. Cavemen had hula hoops.
And hula hoops are very, because you could use them like down the beach. You could throw a hula hoop down and say, okay, everyone has to throw the rock into the hoop, or everyone, it was a handy item to have.
Sure.
Or you play like physical quoits.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's like a little hula hoop. Yeah.
And I'll throw it, if I'm over here, I'll throw it over your head. Anyway, if you go into a backyard of a teenager, let's say back in the 70s, there'd be a hula hoop somewhere.
Definitely.
It was a standard issue.
You had the totem tennis, the frisbee.
Yep.
And the hula hoop.
Yeah, you probably had
tennis ball.
Yeah, you probably a couple of tennis balls. You probably have a cricket set.
Yep.
Some stumps.
Yeah.
You might have nowadays. What would they have? Nowadays they'd have
a Wii.
A Wii. They do it all on the computer, wouldn't they? Yeah. But nowadays they'd have soccer ball, trampoline, and if you just say the word hula hoops, I reckon our listeners would be conjuring an image.
I reckon
that goes way back to a very early age for them. Is it a favourable one? Probably is. They probably had a good time. And there was always one person in school who did it really well, and everyone would stand around and go, oh, he or she is really good. And then you go, okay, bored now.
Yeah, move on. Well, let's move on to model airplanes.
Model airplanes.
Did you make model airplanes?
Yes. My brothers used to make them. And my brother used to get them on fishing wire and hang them from the ceiling.
You know, I went to someone's house in the last 10 years and they're still doing it. They're an adult.
Oh, hang on.
Can you guess who it is? They're a comedian, broadcaster. We've spoken to them on this show before, and we should get them on the line, actually, to talk about them.
Is it Tony Moclair?
Yes.
Tony Moclair is I caught a flight with Tony Moclair, and we were sitting in the Qantas Club looking out at the plane.
And he's just...
he was telling me everything about the plane.
Dropping info.
And then also saying the things, and you know what goes wrong with that plane? And he then took me through the things that can go wrong. I don't want to hear this now. I don't want to hear what can go wrong with them.
I mean, we could talk about Airfix. I can't. They were one of the manufacturers.
Airfix.
Airfix.
God, that goes back.
And
you love the smell of that glue when you. Was it glue? I mean, I think when my brother. Do you want to ring him now?
Yeah, let's ring him. Is that Tony Moclair?
It is, Dave.
I'm here with Glenn Robbins.
Oh, I can't believe it, Tony. You're on number one. You've been on a podcast before, but we've rung you. You've just come. You're hot off air, and you've returned a call from Dave O'Neill. Thank you so much. Are you happy to come on our podcast? And I think you will be when you find out what you're going to talk about. Is that okay?
Oh, no, I would speak to you too about rearranging sock drawers.
Oh, yes.
I would speak to you too about anything.
First off, what was the big topic today? Oh, we were recording this on the day that Desi Freeman was.
Yeah, geez, there's a news day for you.
Apprehended. Well, he was killed.
Yeah.
So did you do a lot of that talk? Did a lot of that chat?
No, I'm not on Arvos because Tom picked over it and then Jack is going to go red hot on it. But, you know, what do you reckon? They sat him down and patiently read him his rights? Do you reckon Victoria Police did that? Or as somebody said, the joke in Sydney was bang, bang.
Yeah, police.
Hang on, bang, 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 play or something.
No, I reckon. Well, apparently they were negotiating with him. That's what someone said. I don't know. By the time this comes out, this podcast will all come out in the wash.
Yeah, exactly.
But you know, I love a sovereign citizen. He changed his name to Freeman, but he survived on Centrelink payments. That always. What's with these guys? They hate the government, but they're happy to go down every 2 weeks.
Exactly. So Centrelink now have a hiding in a ship container payment, do they?
See, we're laughing. Yeah. This is why I love Tony Moclair. So, Tony, I went to your house years ago, and you had model airplanes.
Yes, true. Guilty.
Is that because of obviously you have a love of aeroplanes?
Yes.
What is it about a model aeroplane that sort of feeds that part of you? What do you love about it? Is it just seeing a different ratioed item that you love so much?
Very good question, because I don't know why I've embraced that part of the kind of world of aviation more so than photography, for example, which is another kind of spin-off of it, if you like. I like the discipline of it. If I really like a plane, I'd like to build it and have my own miniature of it. But there's lots of disciplines that go in on top of it. It's the art of it, painting it, you know, constructing it, the community that you get involved in. Yeah, as a hobby, it's a very almost meditative one, but can be a very frustrating one.
Is it still Airfix, or are there other manufacturers that we can't remember?
No, Airfix kind of, there's a very interesting doco online about Airfix. They're still in the game and they're a lot better than they were, but there's a lot of new companies from Japan especially and Korea that have just taken it to another level. So in terms of accuracy and detail, they're amazing. And not cheap either.
Well, for us, it was like the kids get Lego stuff now, like Star Wars that they make. For us, that was our version of it, I reckon, getting a model airplane.
Yeah, you used to be able to get them for $1. They'd a plastic bag, that was an Airfix thing, and it'd always be a Spitfire. I tried that rite of passage with my son. I got him to build a Spitfire, and it was the most agonising moment of my life when I said, why don't you choose the colours? And both of them were non-standard RAF colours, and I had to go and walk around the block.
Very, very triggering for you.
I'm triggered just telling that story.
Any of your kids taken up the model airplane making or not? No.
Well, no, my son paints miniatures, which in the hierarchy of figurines, figures, not Himmler.
Not Himmler. Hey, how many have you got at the moment hanging, or how many have you got at home?
Well, I've got a mate of mine, Schmack, who's got about 250. No, he's probably got about 500. I've only got the ones I've made, I've probably got about 45, and they're all on a ledge in the airplane room.
The airplane room, Glenn.
They're snapped together. Are they a glue situation? Because I remember they're all still glue, are they? They don't, because some of the new ones are snapped together, don't they?
They are, but nobody does that. You can't show your face at a model convention, which is full of handsome, well-connected, successful, heterosexually active men.
With a snap together.
Saying that you make snap together, because you'll be shunned. You know?
Yeah, no, fair enough. Okay, does the glue still ooze a bit when you do two bits of plastic together? Or is it just putting on certain points? How does the system work?
That's a great question. It's brushed now. And this is the thing, Dave, since your days of the Airfix, that's like Stone Ages. It's never been better to do because of all the accessories and everything. Like it's amazing what the tools and equipment you can use to make a great model these days are amazing.
Because refresh me, it would come with little tins of paint, wouldn't it? So it would supply the paint, wouldn't in some of them?
It used to, yeah. Back in the day they did, but you've got to buy your own now. And they're $5 each and a bewildering array of colours. Because this may surprise you. People who make models can be very fussy and pedantic and autistic. So,
well, you don't. Dave only the other day a few months ago now, saw what's his name, Rod Stewart going into Bunnings to buy a bit of wood to put his train set on that he travels around. There is no doubt it's a very healthy activity. I would imagine it's quite meditative to do.
It is. When you're in the zone and you get something right, but then, the flip side of that is when you don't, when you screw up or the paint doesn't cure properly or you get something wrong or whatever, it can be very frustrating and not particularly good for the heart rate.
Because you can't go back? You mean you can't fix your mistake?
You can. I had about 2 years in between one kit I'd started up badly, but then I brought it back from the brink and it was like a Rocky movie. I just had this little voice in my head saying, you're going to be heavyweight champion of the world. And I brought it back from the brink and I'm now very proud of it.
Do you ever stray into the world of tanks?
That's, again, really good question. I have one tank in mind that I want to do, but I'm a bit nervous, about doing that.
So at the model conventions, are they different people or do some people do tanks and planes?
No, it mixes all worlds. So you can have Gundam, which is really popular now, that's science fiction. And you'll have people that will do kind of anything under the sun so long as it's a scale model. And that's in June. It's a big expo at Sandown, and it's a great event. It's like our Woodstock.
But are planes still the dominant, like 50% kind of, or?
Well, the Gundam that I mentioned is that's rising in popularity. Right. So as my generation gets older, it'll probably diminish.
Yeah,
probably take over. Yeah.
How many women are at the expo? Just, percentage.
Those that are not paid by the hour.
10%.
I remember Mum used to, on the mantelpiece, have Wedgwood, and she had this piece with never touch that bit of Wedgwood. Do you have like your golden one that is like number one for you?
Yes, I do. I've got about 3 of them that will never be built, but I just...
Never be built? So they're in the box and they haven't been built?
No, they won't. They probably won't be built because I can't bear to take them out. And
that's incredible.
It's like breaking the seal.
My son's got Lego like that. So what are they?
Very obscure. One's a Hasegawa 1/72nd scale Coastal Command B-24 Liberator.
I thought so. Yeah, go on.
Was that imported or you buy that in Australia or you have it sent in overseas?
No, a mate of mine got that at a swap meet, and I'd been after the kit for a long time.
Oh, fantastic.
Same with the 32nd scale Mark 14 Spitfire, which I absolutely love. The Lockheed TriStar in there, which I will never build, but I just, they're just there, and I have them, and they comfort me.
Yeah, that's good.
That's fantastic.
That's fair enough.
Yeah, when you see the box sitting there and you look at it, can you describe the feeling? Is it just a sense of potential, or is it a sense of...
Yes.
Yeah, is that what it is?
It's perfect while it's in the box before I have desecrated it with my inability to realise that potential. And it's just there. And, I can choose to build it or not. I stand as a god over it.
Wow.
It's your choice.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. It's your choice whether it comes together or not.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's good.
That's fantastic.
Well,
yeah. Let's just cross over. So, is there a plane or something in the real aviation world that's exciting you at the moment? I read the other day that the chance of like Ubers being in the sky, is that something that you're intrigued with? Yeah, but remember that was going around for about a year ago.
Flying taxis. The moment, no. I mean, I don't know if I get in a flying taxi. It's like the first guy in the world who ever ate an oyster. I'd happily be the second guy in the world who ate an oyster.
Yes, exactly.
What about AI? Is AI going to, in any way with aviation? Yes. It is. So they'll be flying aeroplanes with no pilots sitting up the front, yeah?
They could do that now. You honestly could do that. Planes have been able to land themselves in fog for over 60 years, believe it or not.
Wow.
So that's ahead. If you were running an airline and very focused on the bottom line, you'd love to get rid of one very large labour cost called pilot. So
that'll be Jetstar.
If we see that in the future, it won't be the least bit surprised.
Yeah, Jetstar, welcome to Jetstar. Tony, well, you can hear Tony on 3AW if you're in Melbourne, or you can always stream him. He does the afternoons program. It's always great. Hey, thanks, Tony.
Great to speak to you both. Take care, boys.
Oh, wow. Tony Moclair. Well, we know.
Well, he could have done an hour easily. And it's lovely to hear the passion that people have. Yeah. And no one is a hypocrite in their own. What is that saying? Anyway, when I hear people, the level of satisfaction, anticipation, and I guess the perfectionism that something like that can bring, and the frustration of not getting it right when it should be right is satisfying and tormenting all at the same time.
Oh, very well said.
Yeah, I don't know whether you can do both at the same time.
Have we got thinking music? What can we have? So hang on, hula
hoop ad, Tiddly winks. We could have a bit of the model aeroplanes. We could have an Airfix. There were no ads for Airfix.
Yeah, I reckon there would have been years ago. Are there any hula hoop ads?
Maybe we should ask Sam. I don't remember if there's any hula hoop ads. I think I've got a vague memory about remember Big M?
Yeah, I love Big M.
Is Big M still around?
Yeah.
Can you buy it?
Yeah.
And remember the Big M...
It's in certain states, though, because they've got, Union and milk.
Because it started out just as chocolate milk.
Yeah,
and then it went to banana, strawberry, and it was in a short...
Blueberry.
Yeah.
2 sizes, big and small.
I reckon Big M did a hula hoop, either it was a flavour or a Big M hula hoop ad.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Sam, can you please find that?
Yeah.
Get ready to get spinning with Big M hula hoops.
Hula, hula, Big M hula.
Featuring delicious flavour scents. Big M hula hoops are terrific fun and a great way to keep fit.
Do the thunder hula, Big M hula. Do the middle west hula, Big M hula. Do the bicycle hula, Big M hula hoop.
They're even more fun when you've got more than one. Collect the whole set and loop the hoops. So come on.
Hula, hula, Big M hula hoop.
Oh, yeah.
Well done, Sam.
I met a woman the other night. She said she was a Big M girl and a Carlton Bluebird.
Well,
there we go.
They were
they're like cheerleaders for the Carlton Football Club.
Yeah.
But the Big M girls, for our generation, that's what we...
Well, that's what we
aspire to.
If I was to say I'm going to go to a barbecue and there's some Big M girls there, you would be jumping out of your skin to get that. Must admit, never in my time did I ever meet a Big M girl, or did I ever... What was the other one you were saying? Oh, cheerleader. Never met a cheerleader.
Bluebird, Carlton Bluebird.
I'm watching a show which I'm thoroughly enjoying at the moment called Landman with the Billy Bob.
Yeah, he's great.
Billy Bob
Thornton.
I got to say, his performance is as good as it gets. I didn't realise he's such a good actor.
He's great in Goliath. We've talked about Goliath before.
Yeah.
He's a great actor.
Maybe I've said this before, but his daughter has got into the university because she's a cheerleader.
Yeah, it's like a sport. Yeah, it's a sport there. That's funny.
It's
She's got
funny.
a scholarship.
Yeah. So it's a
they
big
throw
deal.
everyone in the air and stuff. And
Yeah.
well, what is your answer? Hang on. Tiddlywinks, hula hoops, and model airplanes.
I reckon I've got the answer.
Oh, I think they were all debuted at the same toy expo in like New York or Chicago.
I reckon they are all of them. Maybe not model aeroplanes. This might not work, but all of them have participated in world championships.
Oh wow!
So like your world championship Tiddlywinks, world championship hula hoops, and world champion
model making.
Yeah. So all of them
possible.
Yeah, which is something small becomes something big. Yeah.
What is the answer, Sam?
All three are some of the toys created by Jewish migrants in New York at the start of the 20th century. Throughout the 1910s and 1920s, Jewish migrants transformed the small-scale production of toys into the American toy industry we know today. During this time, they created an incredible amount of toys still popular today.
Wow.
You have been listening to Somehow Related with Glenn Robbins and Dave O'Neill.
There they go. They've done it again. You know.
How would they speak, Glenn? You got the tiddlywinks there. What have you got there, Glenn?
It sounds like a Jewish word, doesn't it? Tiddlywinks.
Tiddlywinks. I can't do the Jewish accent, kind of.
Hi, my Schweimer. What is the problem? What are you doing? You've got the model
Chinese.
airplanes.
You're not Chinese. You got the Chinese. I'm doing Trump now. You got
Hula
the Chinese.
hoops.
You got the Chinese checkers. What are you doing there? What are you doing with the Chinese checkers?
Very good, Trump. Yeah.
No, it's not that good.
Hula
Anyway.
schmoola. They're not. I don't like the hula hoops. Hula
You're
schmoola.
not even Chinese.
Yeah, no.
Oh, you think of Woody Allen?
Tiddlywinks.
I just made the Chinese checkers.
That's Woody Allen. That's very good.
Not very good.
No, that's very good.
Anyway, that's amazing.
Do you have any jokes about Tiddlywinks? About
Hula hoops.
I heard a joke
Aeroplanes.
that I quite liked the other day. That has.
I heard a joke I liked. Go for it.
Was
You
yours
do
on
yours.
yours on topic? No, mine's not on topic either.
Okay, John,
and it
you
wasn't.
go yours
It was
and
from
I'll go
Instagram.
mine.
It was from Instagram, and I.
Yeah, that's
okay, I'm saying I hope I don't mess it up. Guy goes, you know what I love? When I hear the first part of a joke, I go, I love this joke already. A guy goes to his friend, I'm going away on holiday. Can you mind my cat? See, now I'm in.
I love that.
And he goes, oh, that's great. Anyway, so he goes away on holiday, comes back, and he goes, how's my cat? He goes, oh, your cat's dead. He goes, whoa, not Tiddles. He goes, what happened? Oh, it's dead. He goes, Jesus, you're a bit blunt. I mean, that's a really hard thing for me to hear.
Is this one you got to tell the story? It was on the roof. And
yeah. And then he goes, why couldn't you give me a bit of a soft landing on it? Just be nice about it. Just say that Tiddles was up on the roof playing with a ball of wool and fell off and hit the ground a bit hard, and then we couldn't wake her up. He goes, oh, okay. Yeah, fair enough. And he goes, well, next time that happens, I'll know what to do. Anyway, he goes, how's my mum? And he goes, well, she was playing up on the roof with a ball of wool, and she.
That's good.
Yeah.
All right, I'll leave my joke for next time.
No. The listeners will.
All right, okay. A dog walks into the bar, sits up on the bar stool, and goes, "G'day, mate. Can I get a beer and a whiskey?" And the barman goes, "Oh my god." I'm like, this is amazing. You should go to the circus. And the dog goes, why? Do they need electricians? Cool.